MashaAllah. MashaAllah. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah al-aliyyil azim. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi wa kafa wa salatu wa salamu ala ibadihi alladhina istafa. Amma ba'du. فرب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي وقول رب أدخلني مدخل صدق وأخرجني مخرج صدق واجعل لي من لدنك سلطانا نصيرا بسم الله وبالله وتوكلت على الله. In the name of Allah the Most, in the name of Allah the highly caring, compassionate and constant merciful. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. In verse number 170 from chapter Al-Baqarah, second chapter of the holy book of Quran, Allah is saying, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wa idha qila lahum ittabi'u ma anzalallahu قالوا بل نتبع ما ألفينا عليه آباءنا أولو كان آباؤهم لا يعقلون شيئا ولا يهتدون صدق الله العظيم. This verse which we are to start it today, this is highly important as it is containing a narrative or a statement from Allah or a clip from the history or from the all previous religious people that can enlighten us and give us direction for our ideology and our thinking, and how we should be careful about this attitude which they had. This attitude is a prevailing attitude of most of the religion in the world, whatever they be, heavenly religion and the religion that are relating to the heavenly books, godly books like Torah, like the Old Testament and the New Testament, and also other religion, as they are grasping and grabbing and they are relating themselves to the past. And that is a big ailment which is in all religion, and because of that most of the religion, they are deviated from the right path and they are not going on the right path or the path which Allah wants human to follow. And this is put here in Quran so that we, after the last of the Prophet, we should be careful about that. But with this warning or with this explanation and with the example that Allah have told us, and He put in front of us the parable and the example of the past, still we happen in the same ditch and we happen in the same wrong path. And the Islamic Ummah is also doing the same as did the other religion, the other religious societies. But Quran is telling us the truth, and Quran is putting in front of us the truth, and that is upon us. Imma shakiran wa imma kafura. We be shakir and take it, or we be neglecting it and ignoring it. That is upon us, and Allah is just telling us the truth. The truth is that وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ, since these verses which we have read and we have discussed it, they were talking about the people of the book, and especially the people of Torah, Israelite, and Allah is talking about them and now their situation against the Holy Prophet, the loss of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Here Allah is telling their reaction to the invitation that He has put in front of them. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ, and this tone which Allah is using here, وَإِذَا قِيلَ, it means that is not something that is said to them only once. Qila lahum, وَإِذَا قِيلَ, whatever the time, whenever it is said to them, it means that this was being said to them for so many times, and that is their habit and something that they do it all the time, and their response is the same as all time. What? وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمِ اتَّبِعُوا مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ, when it is said to them, follow what Allah has revealed, what Allah has said, what Allah has now sent it to the Prophet, and he was ordered to explain it to the people and invite people. Follow that. What Allah is saying, it means that Allah wants you to follow Him and His direction and His guidance. But what is their reaction? And that reaction is as a habit that is repeated every time. What is that? Qalu. They say, of course this saying again, I should say, Qalu does not mean that they just utter. In their in practice they also do like this and act like that. They are denying that and they are not accepting that, and they are saying this expression that now we say. Qalu, they say in response, bal nattabi'u ma alfayna alayhi abana. Bal used when you want to say that what you have said, it is wrong. We are not accepting that. We are denying that. Denial of what it is said before, it is used bal for that. It means that not that, but this one. Means that what Allah is revealing, what Allah is giving to His Prophet to be guideline for people, we are not accepting that. We are following what our forefathers were doing. And they said that ma alfayna alayhi abana, what we have found our forefather upon that. It means that they are giving a sanctity to their forefather. They are giving some special status to the forefather and thinking that they were best thinker, they were best people, they were best of the people who understood the religion, and they were good follower of Allah, and then we are following them because they were near to the the prophet before this prophet, and so that they understood the religion better than us, and they were good people and they were better than us in understanding and practicing the religion, so that we follow them. As this is again totally the same in Islamic Ummah, and here also people are not thinking with their own brain and their own understanding, but they are thinking filtered by the thinking of the forefathers and the thinking of the ulama before, and the thinking of the those dignitaries in religion, and they are not thinking by themselves and from the understanding of their own, but they are thinking with the understanding of the people before us. And that is what Allah is giving us here. Otherwise, there is no need to tell us history. Allah is not telling us the history, or Allah is not telling the habit of other people and putting in His book so that we can read it, enjoy, and because since we think them that they are kafir, and so that they were doing wrong, and so we read their history and we enjoy it, or that is a good entertainment for us, so that we put them down and keep them down and say that they are going to hell and we are going to Jannah, and this is an entertainment for us. That is not the reason that Allah has put this thing here. Allah is telling us that this is what has happened, and that is, you should be careful about that. And Allah is telling, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمُ اتَّبِعُوا مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ, what Allah has revealed. And Allah has given us wisely, and Allah has given us to understand things. Allah has given us the reason, and so that we think for our own self and for the knowledge that we have today, according to the knowledge that we have today, and Allah's law and Allah's narrative is in front of us. And Allah has put in front of us this book and said that understand it, contemplate in it, and find what I am saying. That is reality. Do not think the religion according to what people before you have understood it. That is not standard. Allah is not telling us to follow them. Allah is telling follow what Allah has revealed, and this book is what Allah has revealed to us, and we are to understand it, we are to contemplate in it, and we are to find our Sirat-e-Mustaqim ourselves, not to follow those who have been before us. Oh Allah, just leave them forever and do not think about them and do not take anything from them. That is what Allah is saying. No, Allah is not saying that totally ignore them. That is not what Allah is saying. Allah is telling us a formula for taking things from them. The formula is أَوَلَوْ كَانَ آبَاؤُهُمْ لَا يَأْكِلُونَ شَيْئًا وَلَا يَهْتَدُونَ. That is formula for us to take from the past, from the people of past, from the highly honored, knowledgeable people of the past. What is number one? It is understandable, comprehensible, and also it is according to the guideline of Allah, according to the guidance. It means that we have to think it. Number one, the thing should be according to reason, reasonable, as to the knowledge of the day, as to the science of the day, as to the understanding of the day. If in the past people said something and that is not reasonable, and that is not matching the science of today, it means that that is not something that it is ma'akul. That is la ya'akal. That is something that should not be taken at all, be it said by anyone from the past, be it the dignitaries, be it from the anyone. Of course, it is, I'm not saying about the revealed by Allah, means something that is said by Prophet and that was given to him by Allah. That is, of course, that cannot be, of course, against any science law or anything that is science have proven that cannot be. What a normal, regular human being, be it a big scholar or big knowledgeable or famous personality, but if it is not ma'qul, or if it is not understandable or reasonable, we are not allowed to take it. That is a formula by Allah. And wala yahtadun, and here Allah is not just giving us a formula but also hinting something else, and that is awalaw kana aba'uhum la ya'qiluna shay'an wala yahtadun. La ya'qiluna shay'a. Here Allah said, though their forefather did not understand something, anything. Here Allah is saying shay'a, anything. It means that, oh people, be careful. Your forefather have very low knowledge. Of course, in the time they were living, knowledge of human being was so low and so less than what we have today that we cannot compare our knowledge to theirs. They did not had so many facilities to get knowledge. They were not able to understand the universe and what is happening here, and so that they could not compare what Allah has said to the knowledge, to the realities of the universe, so that they could not understand the narrative of Allah completely. Maybe they had some idea, they were at a stance about the saying of Allah, but they could not completely encompass that, and they could not undertake all of that. We also cannot say that we understand completely, but we can say the later can understand more than one who is came before that and who is the prior to that. أَوَلَوْ كَانَ أَبَاهُمْ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ شَيْئًا وَلَا يَهْتَدُونَ, and that they were not on the right path. This وَلَا يَهْتَدُونَ, of course, it is a result of لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. When somebody is not understanding the complete situation, when somebody has not complete idea about what it is reality and what it is the real situation, then he cannot be on the right path. When he goes to practice, then he will not act and practice as correct as somebody who knows all the thing, who knows a better situation, or who knows better than someone else. He will act also better because his knowledge is better, or his knowing the way is better, so that he understand better, and eventually he does things more correctly than the one who is not so knowledgeable, and he has not a complete picture of what he is doing, what he is understanding, and what he is doing. For this very reason, Allah is telling us that be careful. And this ayah, it is not just a part of history, and Allah is telling us, or just part of an event at the Prophet time, that just we read it and enjoy that. Those people who are not understanding and not taking the invitation of the Prophet seriously, since they were following their own forefathers. That is for us people. We are to be careful, and we follow what we understand, what we are now the knowledge that we have now, and we should follow that. Inshallah, we'll continue the explanation of ayat in the next session. And here Allah is also telling some more example of the people of the past, so that we can take lesson from that. Inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.